Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina, back with another scrapper organizing video. I had a request to show how I organize my desk and another request to show how I film, so I thought I'd combine them into all the same thing because everything is kind of combined at my desk. So let me go ahead and show you how. First of all, let me just tell you about my desk. I've mentioned this in previous videos when I've done scrap room tours. This is the IKEA desk, the glass top IKEA desk, and I've had this for a couple of years and I really love this desk. And then for the legs, you actually purchase the desk top itself separately, and then you could purchase your legs, the style that you want. I don't think they show or sell the style that I use, which is the ones that are more of like a triangle shaped. Eventually I want to change mine over to the ones that have the drawers in them. But for now, I'm going to keep these because IKEA is like a 2-hour ride for us, and we only go once a year or once every 2 years. So it's not a trip that I make very often. So, but eventually, I would like to go ahead and get those because it'll give me more storage space. But for now, I have the IKEA, the two triangular legs. Let me just give you a better view of that. So I have 2 of those legs. What I don't like about them is that they do go from a wider to a smaller top, which means that your top section, you can't really put anything too tall in it because it does come at an angle. But it is perfect for holding my big shot, which I have right on the shelf there. And below that I have a big box of flowers and leaves and just a few other little things. And then underneath my desk I have my rolling carts that I did a video on already. And I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to check that out if you haven't seen that yet. And then my chair is from Pier 1. Scott got that for me for Valentine's Day last year. And he picked up a little cushion as well to go with it from Pier 1. And I really like the colors on that. So let me move the camera so I could show you the other section of my desk. So the other section of my desk, the legs that are right here, that one has 3M hooks, the little removable 3M hooks right there, and it holds my heat gun and as well as my, well, that's just the cover right now because my Score Buddy is up on the top of my desk, but it has the cover to my Score Buddy there. And then on the legs itself, there's another box of, big box of, actually those are the flowers. The other side had the ribbons. All my ribbons are in a big box. And then on top of the top shelf has a big jar with some older flowers and stuff. So let me now move in and I'll give you a better view of the actual desktop. Okay, so most of my desktop storage is these organizers from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I got those a while ago. And well, some of them I got over the summer of last year, and then I picked up 2 more this past winter. So, but first, my tin, I showed this in the previous video for organizing. That's my tin that has all my favorite punches on it. Then this little unit right here is a smaller size unit, and it has a little file on the side, and that's where I keep my new 6x6 paper pads that I just recently purchased. So those are the 2 Lawn Fawn ones that I got. That top drawer is empty, and the little bottom drawer there has my replacement staples for my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. And on top of that is where I have an OT light, and I'll show you that later on when I do more of my how I film my videos. So that's my OT light. Okay, so the very next section are 2 pieces actually. The top one is a little file sorter, and it has 5 different little compartments. I don't have much in this one because this is my newest one that I got this past winter, but in the back there, which you could probably barely see, is where I keep my Fiskars stamp press along with my Martha Stewart scoreboard and my Score Buddy. So that's up there. There's 2 other slots that you can't see. There's nothing in those. And in the front there's a section right here that's empty. And then this right here is where I have that little tape dispenser that you've probably seen in some of my videos that I keep washi tape on. And that's what I use when I'm taping down ribbon or string or something like that on the back of my projects. And then I have a little container of toothpicks. The unit right underneath that, so that was this top starting right here was 1 unit. This down here is another unit. That's where I keep my 8.5 by 11 cardstock, the ones I use mostly for card bases. That's my Vintage Cream, my craft cardstock, fine linen and white Paper Ink white cardstock, so I keep those all there. And now let me just go and set the camera up and I'll show you what's inside those two drawers. Okay, this drawer right here is where I keep all of my acrylic blocks and my little anti-static pad. That's where I keep those, so everything's really handy. I could probably put my Fisker stamp press in here as well, but I didn't want the feet of it to get squished down, so I have my Martha Stewart one, which you guys know I love that one, and I keep that with the foam feet facing up so that it doesn't get squished. And then I have all my other blocks in here, all the different sizes that I have. Then the next drawer underneath that is where I keep all my date stamps. This is the a lot of the American Crafts ones and the Smash books, so that's where I keep those. Okay, so right next to the one where I keep my date stamps, I have a whole another section, same as the other one, and they do nestle nicely on top of each other. Right next, in between those two units here, I have a baby wipe container, one of the travel size ones, and that's where I keep my baby wipes for cleaning my stamps. And then right above, in this section right there, back here I have a book that I made for my Project Life that keeps track of all the stuff that I want to record for Project Life. I have my little sketchbook, which I showed in a previous video there, and I keep my Crop-A-Dial. And then I have a section right over here, which is where I keep all of my dimensional adhesive. So this section right here has the remote control to my camcorder. And then I have some templates for card bases right there. And then I have some corkboard coasters sitting there that someday I want to do a project with. So that's the top unit, the little sorter, and then I have my bottom unit that has the little section right here. That's my wood veneers, and then let me get closer and I'll show you the two drawers. So I keep all my wood veneers in one of these little organizers that you can get in the jewelry section of A.C. Moore and Michaels. I keep that right on this little shelf here, so they're always handy. And I use wood veneers constantly, but it seems like I'm not getting anywhere, so I'm not going to buy any more wood veneers until I start using up what I have in my case here. This drawer right here has all of my adhesive in it, my extra adhesive actually. So I keep my score tape in here, my my glue dots, a removable tape runner, and then I have another one of those little tape dispensers that I got at Staples that has another kind of washi tape on it. That, again, I use that for taping things down to back of cards. Then the bottom drawer is empty for future space. Yay! Okay, next to those two units that I have set up there is my ATG gun. And then I have another little organizer right here that matches the set that I've got. And this one has four little cubbies. This one right here has some jars that I picked up at a garage sale last summer that I keep paper clips in. One has just cheap paper clips in it, and the one behind it is actually empty. It used to have my Tim Holtz paper clips in it, but I took them out. And then that little birdie right there is what is my pin cushion, so that's where I have a sewing needle. And then I have this little container right here, and I'll pull this out so you can see it better. This is my white embossing powder. I got this container at Staples or Office Max. I think it's Staples. And I have my white embossing powder in here. And then in this little drawer right here is nothing, that's empty. Then this right here is a little organizer that I picked up at Walmart. On the side of it I clipped a little thing that has some ink samples on it. But this organizer has a section in the back for pencils, and I use that to keep my border dies. And then these are just little decorative paper clips that I just recently purchased, so they're there. And then these little compartments pop out, and in here is where I keep some of my shaped paper clips. So I have ones there. I have the Tim Holtz ones that are hangers. Then I have all of my Tim Holtz ones in this drawer. And then there's a bottom one that has another section for shapes that have arrows and hearts and stuff like that. So that's what I use for that little organizer there. And then next to that is another light. So next up is my Making Memories carriage. I have had this for a very long time. Michael's used to sell Making Memories, the little Making Memories carousel, and it was white. When I picked up the stuff that matches, or all the black stuff for my desk, I decided to go ahead and try painting this black, and I love the way it came out. It looks really good. And I just used a plain old acrylic paint. I figured if it was, you know, going to chip or anything like that, like I have a little chip right here, then I could just go ahead and repaint it. I probably could put a coat of polyurethane or something like that on, a protective glossy coat. But I decided I'm not going to do that because I want to, if I ever want to change the color and make it white again, I would have to go through the whole sanding thing. So anyway, in here is where I keep all of my tools. I have a little section here for adhesive. I've got my scissors and bone folder and a little nail file. And in the back of that, there's another little section, and there's where I have some of my two-way glue pens, paper piercer, my corner rounder, my Tim Holtz stapler. There's a big compartment in the section. That's where I keep all of my scissors and my bigger scissors and ruler and stuff. This right here is my piercing pad from Stampin' Up! Along with the foam mat. And then I have this little kind of book that I keep around for when I'm jotting down notes for the supplies I use for the projects. And then behind that is a whole nother section, and here I have, it's supposed to be all pens, but obviously I don't pay attention when I'm putting things back. But these are all pens and pencils. The next section here is my adhesive, and I'm not sure why I have my alcohol blending ink there, but that's where it is. And then for this section I have some more tools. It's got my tweezers, more scissors, so that's basically my tool section. So I really like that I painted it black and how it came out. So let me now show you how I set up for my videos. Alright, so before I start showing you my video equipment setup, the first thing I'm going to show you is I have a black mat, that's this right here, and this is perfect backdrop for filming. I got this at Amazon a long time ago. It's a Making Memories mat, and looks like it's about 23 by 17 inches. I've had this for quite a while. The only problem I do have is that it does get pretty dirty quickly, like the adhesive sticks really. The old one I had, the Stampin' Up! One I had, didn't get so messy. This one seems to have a different kind of surface, so it gets messy easier, but I found that just using some rubbing alcohol and a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser makes this look like new again. So it's probably due for a little cleaning. So anyway, I got this at Amazon. Probably about 2 years ago, and I really like it. It was a replacement for my Stampin' Up! One that got really beat up, and it was kind of small, so I had a hard time, making sure I was always in camera with it. So that's the mat I use for filming. Okay, on both sides of my desk, I have two outlights. I have one here, and then one over there, and I have the outlights so they don't actually shine down right on my desk. I have them so they kind of go up, and it seems to be a better solution. Before I had them shine down, and things were just awfully, like if I used white cardstock, it was awfully bright. So that seems to, having them that way seems to keep the any kind of glare or the white balance a little bit better. So let me show you how I actually set up my tripod for filming. Now before I used to use the same equipment I've always used, which is a tripod and an extension arm. And I used to be able to film going right from the front side of my desk over the top. But when I moved my desk back up against the wall, I couldn't do that anymore. So originally I had everything set up on the left, and every time I filmed I set it up and then took it down. So I found a better solution, which is to actually put my tripod, which you can see it's right there, in between the wall and the desk, and it balances really nice. So, and then this arm, let me just get a better view of that for you. This arm that comes right out above my desk is where I attach my camcorder. I put the camcorder right on here. It has a little attachment to hold it, and then it actually shoots straight down to my desk. And it is upside down, but all I have to do is use my editing program and flip it around so that I am filming, so it looks like I'm actually filming where you're looking over my shoulder, but actually, in actuality, I'm filming upside down. So, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's the extension arm. So I have my tripod wedged in between my desk and the wall, and then my extension arm. And when I purchased this basically was the only kind of extension arm I can get at the time. I've had it for a couple of years. And I do know that if you do a search on Amazon, you can find other styles that are much cheaper than the one I bought. But I will link to the one I have, so if you want to check that out. And on the very end, that actual extension bar bumps up into my wall, and it was making a mess. So I just took a piece of fun felt, the sticky back fun felt, and put a piece of felt on the, fun foam, not felt. I just put it on the end so it doesn't scratch up my wall anymore. So that is how I set up to do my video equipment. I have the tripod, the extension arm, where the camcorder looks straight down to my desk, and I use that American Crafts black mat right there for filming. Okay, so that's pretty much my video for today. If you have any other organizational videos that you'd like to see for Scrap Room, let me know. I'm happy to try to accommodate as best I can. All you have to do is send me an email. I'll have the link to my email below in the description of this video if you're on YouTube, or you can use the contact me form on my blog. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.